Hey parents and carers, how are you? I hope you're having a fantastic time and really enjoying the beautiful hot weather that we've been given. We've been blessed with the sun today. So as soon as I'm done with this video, I'll be going out there to get some sunshine, get a bit of tan. I don't need a tan. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. I'm Veronica Kasengo Fruitful. You're watching Let's Talk Parenting. This is the YouTube channel that encourages you to succeed as a parent. And I know how much you want to succeed in this particular job, right? So keep on watching my videos. And if you have not yet subscribed, let me just kindly ask you to subscribe and also share the video with your friends and family. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much because you're helping me to reach as many parents as possible. Now today I want to talk about something really good, okay? I want to talk about the power of journaling. This is something that I started doing back in 2017 and I'm still doing it today because it has so much power. It's got the power to break strongholds. Oh yeah. It has the power to transform your environment, to change your children's behavior and turn you into an excellent parent, which I know you really want to be. And if you want to know exactly how we can do all of that, just keep watching the video. But first, let's talk about what is gratitude. Well, gratitude is a word that comes from a Latin word gratia, which just means grace, graciousness or pleased. So usually when people demonstrate an act of kindness, we say thank you to them. But gratitude journaling is about more than that. It is about being able to notice the good that is happening around you and just writing about it or saying thank you, for these amazing things that are happening around our lives. Because normally we spend our time thinking more about what isn't working rather than what is working. So gratitude journaling is about paying attention to those good things that are happening to us despite the negatives that are happening around us. And it's really powerful. So when we do this, what usually happens is we cause our brain to literally shift gear. You begin to notice things that you never noticed before. Good things that were happening around you that you never noticed before, and you feel so much better. You're releasing all these amazing, beautiful hormones inside you that causes you to just feel happy, to feel well, to feel content. Now, there's been so much research that has been done, to demonstrate the benefit of journaling. Just listen to some of the research. So two psychologists, Dr. Robert Iman of the University of California and Dr. Michael McClough, I think I'm saying that right, of the University of Miami, have done much research on gratitude. In one of their studies, they asked all participants to write down a few sentences each week, focusing on particular topics. One group wrote about things they were grateful for that had occurred during the week. A second group wrote about daily irritations or things that had displeased them. And the third wrote about events that had affected them with no particular emphasis on whether it's positive or negative. So they just had to write down what their day was like, good or bad. And after 10 weeks of doing this, those who wrote about gratitude were more optimistic. They felt much better about their lives, and surprisingly, they exercised more. They just took it upon themselves to start exercising more, which means they had less visits at the doctors. How awesome is that? That is amazing. So that's evidence of how great it is to journal on a regular basis because it has a tremendous impact on your well-being. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what has all this got to do with parenting? Well, think about it. If journaling your gratitude is about paying attention to those things that are good, What would happen if we journaled those things that we were grateful for about our children, the things that they're doing that are good, that we really like? What is that going to do to us mentally, and what impact will that then have on the relationship that we have with our children? See, when I mentioned earlier that it has the power to change behavior, well, it does exactly that, because we have a theory in the process of discipline, and that is that if you want to see more positive behavior, then you've got to pay attention to those good behavior that your children are currently already doing. By noticing those little things that they do. For example, let's imagine your son, daughter tidied up their bedroom, or they dropped something and they picked it up straight away. These are these little things that when you pay attention and you notice and you journal about them, what it does is it causes you to begin to notice other good things that they do on a regular basis. And those negative behavior that you complain about, you won't even complain about them anymore, because you're too busy paying attention to all the good things that they do. And those negative behavior will start to reduce. Now, in workshops, I've had parents say to me, they find it really hard, like, to praise their children because they're so naughty, they're doing all these different things. Well, gratitude journaling is one way that you can help yourself to force your brain to begin to notice those good behavior that your children are demonstrating. No child is pure evil. I mean, I don't know, I haven't met all children in the world, but I'm pretty sure that no child is pure evil. So there are some good that your child is probably doing, but because we're so busy paying attention to their negative behavior, we don't see the good things. It gets all covered up in our brain, because human beings naturally, we just naturally get drawn to those negative things that people do around us. It's all psychological stuff. I don't want to bore you, but it has been shown that research has shown that we constantly just pay attention to more negative things than we do the good stuff. And that's why we notice more of the things that our children do that we don't want them to do. So by journaling those good things, we are causing our brain to pay attention to the good behavior. Now, what do you think would happen if we then taught our children to also begin to journal for themselves those good things? If they started just writing down a couple of things that they were grateful for, we are teaching them to notice good things, to be grateful for the things we buy them, to be grateful for the things that we do for them. This also is going to cause them to have a positive mentality, which is going to reduce the negative behavior that they themselves demonstrate without you even having to tell them to stop those behavior. So that's the power of journaling. It has the ability to transform the atmosphere that we're in, the atmosphere in our home, the behavior in our children, and even the way that we see lives for ourselves. Now, I could go on about so many positives about journaling, but I just wanted to touch on those points and then just give you 3 simple strategies that you could, use to journal your gratitude. So one of the strategies that I've taught parents before is using the 3 W's, which stands for what went well. So a way that you can begin to practice journaling is by just asking your child to share what went well for them on that day. You can do this anytime. You can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening, you can do it after you pick them up from school, you can do it during meal times. Just ask them what went well for you. And then after they share and talk about what went well for them, you can also begin to share what went well for you. Now, the good thing about this method is that usually when you ask children, how was school today? They'll be like, oh yeah, it went well, it was fine. You get a short answer, but this causes them to begin to have a conversation with you. So give this one a try. A second way I can suggest is to just take a journal, take a pen, and before you go to bed, or you can do it in the morning, just sit down and have a think about maybe 3 to 7 things that really went well for you on that day. So just write down a list of things that went well for you on that day. and just take, I mean, it shouldn't take more than, when I do it, it does not take more than 5 minutes, because I've been doing it for a while now. But the first time you do it, you might struggle and just of things to think about, but just keep doing this every day and it's going to become a habit and you're going to start to enjoy it. The third suggestion is a simpler way of journaling, which is, instead of sitting down and writing 3 to 7 things that you are grateful for, what you can do is write one thing for each of the day. So rather than sitting down writing 7 things, you can either sit down and just every day before you go to bed or in the morning when you get up, just write one thing that you are grateful for. You will notice that by the end of the 7 days, you've made a list of 7 things that you are grateful for. And then the following week, you just start again. By doing this, you are forcing your brain to begin to notice things that are good around you. And even when things are not going according to plan, you are still going to have a positive mental attitude. Well, I hope these strategies were really, really helpful. There were 3 simple ways. Of course, you can always come up with your own strategies. Do share with me by leaving a comment on what you are currently already doing, or anything that I've said that hits with you that you're going to start doing. Another thing that I do with my children is every now and then I randomly would leave them a post-it note. I would just write how amazing they are, or I would just write thanks for doing the dishes, and I'll just stick it around the house for them to see. This always makes a difference. Thank you so much for watching my video. As I said earlier, if you have not subscribed, then please do so. Subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic week. Take care. Bye.